Ooh, buddy, get this over here on this side. We're gonna put that over there on that side. On this side of the room, baby. I usually don't bother nobody. All right, let me go check my audio. Make sure that's good first before we get into it. You feel me? Got a lot to talk about. Not a lot, but a lot. Enough. We got enough to talk about. I should have put in Kendrick Lamar doing the Super Bowl. Doing stadiums. Let me talk about that too. Okay, audio good. Top of the do say people, this your boy Double O, and I'm being consistent with another video. Uh, so real quick, while I get into it or whatever the case may be, um, second video being consistent. I'm probably gonna do roughly about an hour right now because I got to head out. Um, Word of advice for especially for the man. You know, we tend to not want to go to the hospital or get ourselves checked, and you know what I'm saying. We don't want to, get a bill and uh, dealing with just doctors in general and getting any bad news. Go get yourself checked out. Uh, you're not too busy to go get yourself checked out. Um, Sometimes in life it's better to listen to your body at all. In all situations, it's better to just pay attention to your body, eat healthy, and try to avoid as much stress as possible. That's my advice for the day, man. Just to start off, had some crazy stuff going on this morning with myself personally, and it has me reevaluating things, and just in general how I'm moving out here, the stuff that I'm doing, etc. But we ain't here for the sob stories. We here for some nice little information. So I got up this morning and found out that Walmart has bought Vizio, which I didn't even know Walmart was in the ballpark, so even trying to buy Vizio. And I wanted to give out my take and opinion on that situation because it seemed kind of weird, but it technically it isn't. When you look at the landscape of things with technology and how stuff is moving, but we gonna get into that. Also, China is getting rid of Windows, and a lot of people. Well, I don't want to say a lot of people because I don't know, but it's a major deal. China getting rid of Windows operating system is a major deal. They're going with their own brand, and we're gonna get into that video also. Cameo. It is a application that I was using yesterday. I got a lot of people saying, "Hey, they like that I was using that feature." I'm not using it right now. I'm actually at home. So I'm gonna talk about that Cameo and just pull up a little video of that software that I was using that it allows you to make your iPad a actual streaming studio, which is dope within itself. I'm still playing around with it, but we're gonna talk about it. And I'm gonna give a slight, small, not really in depth, my opinion on Mac Mini. Yeah, ooh, Mac Mini. You feel me? From the Apple, and just a slight little review on it. Nothing too major. Um, and then we're gonna be up out of here. So let's get into it. First off, we want to go ahead and talk about the Vizio and Apple situation. Okay, so if you've been under a rock, and this is just my small, slight take, because it's the news just dropped. I synced it on social media, posts dropped it, and I was like, hold on, what? Why would Wally Mart of all people, want to buy Vizio TVs? Of course, they sell them. They got all type of brands. They got the Samsung. They got Panasonics, TCL TVs. They got a wide variety of TVs. So why in particular would you go for Vizio? I wanted to get into that video. I'm gonna just, from what I've seen, a lot of people only hear like this happened like maybe 6 months ago. You know what I'm saying? From what I've seen, it was about 6 months ago. Probably longer than that, but um, I'm just looking at the current videos. One I typed in on YouTube. Excuse me. But after I was really sat down and like thought about it and really thinking about it, and I'm gonna watch the video, kind of refreshing on the situation. It made sense because of the landscape of how traditional content that we receive on a daily basis have changed and shift in many ways. We're past the days of people going to your local newsstand or somebody throwing a newspaper at your door and you getting up in the morning and with your breakfast and your coffee, you reading the news and current events. We past that now. We've evolved from the TV. Also, we usually will turn in on around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning and watch Fox News, go and watch 9 o'clock news, 7 o'clock or whatever the time frame was, and that would be our daily consumption of news and current events. Those days are done. It's out the window. Um, we these cell phones. I go to Apple News every day, almost daily, or TikTok or social media, and you getting current events from around the world, not just your local behind neighborhood, but we getting world news. And just like the newspaper and the TV channel news, the CBNs, the CNNs, the NBCs, and you know, you take it with a grain of salt. You believe half of what you read, and you know what I'm saying, you come up with your own assumption of what you read because all of it's biased news. At this point, it's just obvious. Past politics, just daily activities is clearly biased news. So I think a lot of people have started to wake up and understand that on a higher level, that you know what we're seeing is controlled by somebody else. If you want to go do your conspiracy theory, that's on you. Typically, conspiracy theories are true. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying that is a fact, but it has some validity and some merit to it sometimes. So it depends on how you operate and how your spirit operates with that information. Um, but a lot of people are noticing the biasness between, it can even be sports. The topics are bland and dried out. I'm taking sports because that's typically the conversations, like with the whole comparison of Michael Jordan and LeBron. Like, it's an ongoing battle, ongoing spew with that Kobe Bryant and LeBron, blah blah blah. No one cares about it, but we're starting to see a shift now where you're actually seeing actual players, actual NBA players, actual professional players get on podcasts and give their opinion and takes, because what's a better way of speaking on something if you haven't experienced it? Your experience can go a long way. And a lot of the athletes right now, especially retired athletes and current athletes like Draymond Green and Paul George, are giving their takes and their opinions on the condition and the situation with sports. I love it. It's a great way of picking the minds of the actual professionals that actually do this on a regular basis, or done it on a regular basis, outside of somebody that's sitting there with a clipboard reading analytics and never ever experienced a full-on NBA experience at all. They never even could imagine going playing 82 games, let alone playing in the playoffs, and seeing the mental situation you have to be in, from family members to politics of the NBA to being PR savvy. You know what I'm saying? Communicating with the people. Nobody knows that better than the actual professional player, and I like the take. So when I seen Draymond Green doing that, it was dope. Off on the tangent, so back to Walmart. So long story short, the consumption of media, how we consume news and current events have changed and shifted, as well as um, subscription basis. Um, a lot of a lot of companies right now are moving to subscription based services, and it's about who has the most content to give to the consumer that will entice them to buy their services, their subscriptions. They at the house. Okay. Oh, sorry, one moment. All right, uh, so pretty much Walmart, this is what I think was going on, because I'm seeing it with even with Netflix, and I'm gonna take a Netflix situation, and you're gonna apply it to, or try to apply it to, the actual TVs themselves. So Netflix have evolved to the point where they was doing a battle with each other of increasing their subscription and losing people, or they can lower the price or keep the price at a stable, or give another option. I'm sorry, give another option or another tier which allowed users to still enjoy Netflix content. They can still get money from you, but to make up for that loss of money that they was trying to receive, they started putting ads into the actual TV shows or the movies that you watch. Um, this way, they can still keep you in the ecosystem as a subscriber, as a subscription service provider who pay. I mean, a consumer who still buys the subscription month in and month out, and we can still make up that money off of ads. So with the TVs and what Walmart doing with Vizio is pretty much the same way. They're going to add, this is my opinion, or they're going to either add a membership with Walmart, which allows you to get Vizio TVs at a cheaper discount or a lower price, and then they're going to flood the screen with ads to make up revenue from outside consumers like Amazon, or you watch a movie or you watch a show and you seen somebody with an outfit on. Um, Someone will probably there'll probably be an advertisement of it, like, say, you can buy it too. Here, click the link. You're going to start seeing that into the TV screens, embedded into the actual OS of the TVs themselves, because it's smart TVs. This is just my opinion, my take of what's going on here. Instead of them going out and making a TV and having to deal with chips and making them smart TVs and OLEDs and things of that nature, they say, hey, let's go out here and buy somebody that's already established. We already have a cohesive deal with them, and we're going to take that to pump out these ads and services for Walmart. So you don't be surprised when you're watching Power. I saw somebody do this on TikTok before, when they was going through Power, and someone was always highlighting the outfits that they had on, like, hey, they had on Christian Dior, or hell, they had on a Gucci vest, or blah blah blah. And then you're gonna start seeing like little prompts on the screen or advertisements on the screen saying, hey, you can buy it too. It's in stock for you. You know what I'm saying? Get it at your local store. Amazon, here's a promotion for, I don't know, Tylenol. You're going to start seeing that embedded into the TVs, because in 2025, it's finna be heavily flooded. What's good, J-Dub? What's going on, bro? Good morning, man. Them Doge coins to the moon, baby. We gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about crypto probably tomorrow if I get back on. But it don't even matter. I have my tablet, whatever. But if I get back on, we gonna talk about crypto tomorrow, bro. On real. Hold on, it ain't pop up on the screen. That's crazy. Usually it pops up on the screen. Anyway, so a lot of people are now going to the subscription basis. And you seen what happened with Netflix. Netflix came into the scene. They had all of the movies. We had SpongeBob, Nickelodeon, all that on that service. Yeah, facts. And then all of a sudden, the companies that own the properties of these or the IPs of this content was like, hold on, yeah, this is old content, but apparently users still want to watch this old content. So we finna take this off of Netflix. It got into a little heated battle or whatever. They reconciled their issues and they started making their own subscription. So that's why we got the HBO Maxes and the Disney Pluses and the Hulus and et cetera, et cetera. So they already are flooding the scene with content on the movies and the video side of things. You're going to start seeing it now with actual news articles and information also being on your screen. And you're going to have to buy a subscription or pay a subscription to remove them off your screen. That's the crazy part about it. Like, you can have the TV. You didn't went out and spent Black Friday sale. You got a 75-inch for, I don't know, $4.99, $4.98, a cheap TV or whatever from Walmart. And then you come home and plug it up, and then all of a sudden it's ad galore. It's just ads here and there, ads here. Here's Walmart. Get this and get this subscription. And hey, we'll deliver your groceries to your doorstep. And you're going to get all these ads. And then it's going to force you, or it ain't going to force you. Because mentally, is either you're going to get fatigued of seeing it and you're going to click the button to subscribe, or you just going to let the cards fall where they may. What's going on? Master Self, what's good, bro? What's going on, man? I said I'm trying to be consistent here. So, throwing me off a little bit. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Cause I can't. It's crazy. I cannot see my notifications, which is weird. But anyway, shout out to everybody. Shout out to the 40 that's in here. Make sure y'all click the like button, subscribe, support your boy. Follow me on the platforms that you own. Shameless plug real quick. He said I'm going on a few years on YouTube Premium. Hella worth it. Oh, facts? See, there you go. He got him a subscription to YouTube Premium and it's worth the bread for him. I think they got music also on there. But yeah, this is the reason why content is being bought out on a massive level. Also, even in the music aspect of everything, like it's a company. Joe Budden had a podcast with this guy. I forgot. I gotta look it up. It's probably gonna be another video, part 2 of this or whatever. And he was telling. You remember? I don't know if you guys know, but it was maybe a year or so back. All of a sudden, everybody catalogs was starting to get bought out, regardless of if they was dead. The artist was deceased or alive. They was getting millions of dollars for their catalog. I don't know the numbers. I can probably look them up, but I remember the Dream got a bag, a couple million. Lil Wayne got a bag for his catalog. Future. It was a whole bunch of artists that was just selling their catalogs to these companies. And they never said exactly what they was doing. It was always weird to me. And I started, mentally thinking like, okay, music is, in a sense, dying, in my opinion. Like, the quality of music isn't hitting like it used to. There's only a certain amount of artists that's out here that's able to give quality music and sell to the masses, and the people will follow. A lot of this music now, like, it's been cut down to like 2 minutes and 20 seconds for a track, when usually we get about 4 minutes. It's slowly dying internally. And is it a way to save it? Of course it is. Shout out to the artists like Kendrick Lamar, Rhapsody, Absol, The, I will even put Drake in, even though he got his little moments, his issues right now. Let's be honest, the boy sell. He got a bag for a reason. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But a lot of music was just getting bought out, and I was kind of wondering what was going on in this company. I'm like, dang, if they buying these catalogs, they can advertise in any movies, TV shows, etc. around the world and still get money and revenue off of these old catalogs. You see what's going on in TikTok. They start doing the dance now with Tupac. You know what I'm saying? They just taking the music from the TikTok. I don't know who does it. Somebody make a dance, it get views, then everybody follow the trend to chase the bag to get paid off of it. And it's older music. So even with Kendrick Lamar and his new album, the Gen and X, they people that didn't know about Luther Vandross is going back listening to old Luther, and you know what I'm saying, doing their thing, doing mixes and things of that nature. So um I say that to say this with the whole Walmart spill. It's all about data, and it seems like that's what the TV world aspect of things is about to start going in, where they already doing the membership now. I'm hearing in certain Walmarts, self checkout is not going to be for everybody, for the public anymore. This is a rumor. I don't know. I ain't got no proof of it just yet, but they say in certain areas, um, you will have to go if you're not a premium user of Walmart premium services. That I think it was like $40 a year. I don't know the actual price off the back of my head, but if you don't use that, you have to go to a service, the old lines where you actually got to talk and interact with people to go through the checkout. You can't go through self checkout anymore because that's going to be a premium service. Just like for the lazy people that don't like to go into the actual store anymore, and they go to the little parking lot and those little numbers that's on the wall, and they park their car and wait till somebody deliver their food to them. That's all premium service. So the deal makes sense because if I'm going to, even though I'm selling other products, I can get into the lane of TV services, still be able to advertise my services to them, and get it off of a subscription base with ads and revenue. The only company that I know that doesn't do it currently right now is Apple. Apple is the only one that doesn't do it. Like you can go watch theirs. Well, they already got a service anyway, like a subscription service for their TV shows, but they don't do the ad revenue situation. Like they don't right now. They don't. Ain't no telling what they'll do later on, depending on how things shake. But yeah, you get all those TV shows, and they put like well heavy budget money into their TV shows, which they got a lot of good shows on there. Um, it's just that a lot of people don't use Apple TV Plus because they got all these other services. And then if you know what I'm saying, under the radar, you got a streaming site that give it to you for free. You think I'm finna pay for a service? Absolutely not. So I want to get into that video, man. I rambled on and gave my opinion. Let me see what somebody else got to say about the situation because, yeah, it was interesting to me. That's all I'm gonna say. Vizio buys in a massive strategy move. Let's try him. I like him because he got a.
What's going on, guys? It's Mike. Today we're going to talk about Walmart. As you probably already heard, Walmart came out with its Q4 results for 2023. They were really good across the board. They're killing it on every level. This is not about
Also, Walmart ain't. Also, I just want to throw that out. Shout out to the individual. Also, make sure you go check out his website. Give credit to the person that made the content. We ain't about stealing. We about supporting. But also, skip Walmart because it's another situation. They talking about they doing this whole Black Friday. We boycotting Walmart. I was seeing videos of, oh, it's empty in Walmart and blah, 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 blah. Let's get something straight to the point because they was doing this because they stopped the division equity and inclusion deals which allow Black and Latinos of urban community to put their products in Walmart and have a chance to sell their products in Walmart. Um, my take and my opinion on that, Walmart is it's their company. They can do what they want. It is what it is. I understand that yes, we want to be part of something, but sometimes we can't be a part of everything. You get what I'm saying? And yes, having your product at Walmart is a good look. It definitely is. I fully agree with that. But sometimes the quick fix always is not always the best fix. Sometimes we gotta grind it out and get it in the mud. Man, I hate to say the whole boots to ground situation. Strap your bootstraps up and grind it out. It is what it is because we want to be placed in certain areas and certain aspects to get the look, which is great for us, yes. But then when you have these issues and these type of situations where you got to fall under their thumb and you're ruled by them and you got their regulations and it becomes an issue. So now people are mad and upset that they can't put their products in Walmart. And it's like, you don't need Walmart. I understand it's convenient to have Walmart, but how the internet is set up now, you don't need these companies to get your product out, period. My girl, she has her own clothing brand. I have a clothing brand. And hers is set up way better than mine because she got like her supplies in the basement, and every order that goes out, she's shipping. She's shipping out every week. Here, I'm shipping these out. I'm shipping these out to her because her customers. You don't need these companies like you say they are. And my only reason I said skip Walmart because again, they taking this DEI program out, but then the CEOs in Walmart that made over billions of dollars even during the pandemic. Even with this so-called tariff that's finna happen, that got everybody out here chasing a witch doctor, they're still making their money. You're already overpriced and overpaying for stuff, period. It just is what it is. If you look at how much debt and inflation that the United States has had, we've increased. We have not decreased in debt. We've increased year in and year out in debt trillions of dollars. So regardless of the tariffs or not, you're still getting taxed. These iPhones at one point, I believe this iPhone alone right now, manufactured coming from China, is not even made in America. It's sold out here. This phone only costs $47 to $57 to build. To get this thing fully function in my hand and operational, it was $47. I spent over $1,000 for this phone. I got it on the payment plan, but needless to say, $1,000 for this phone. That's inflation up the wazoo. Point blank and period. Every company does it. Every company does it. They give you a quote unquote premium product, and then when you get it in your hands and you find out the nicks and crannies of this thing, $57 to make an iPhone. You spend over $1,000 just to use it. You're already in tariffs. You're already getting taxed. Point blank and period. What's good, King Reaper? Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for coming through. Make sure you hit the like button. Support your boy right now. How many people we got in there? Play up real quick. Ooh, 113. Dang, and only 2 likes, man. I still fuck with y'all though. Appreciate it. So again, back to the whole tangent and situation. You're dealing with these companies, they're greedy. Capitalism is capitalism. It is what it is. That's why I don't have a serious take on this DEI situation. Do it suck? Yes. Do I feel like you have to boycott Walmart for this? No, you shouldn't be shopping there anywhere, regardless. And Black Friday is literally a scam within itself. Black Friday is only here so you guys, us, the consumers, can help the wealthy, the rich people that own these businesses get out of the black and enter the red. Get out of the red and enter the black. That's why they call it Black Friday. They give you fake discounts and fake sales to help them increase their bottom line before the end of the year is up so that they can get into the black, i.e. Black Friday, the Cyber Week sales, and you're going to get another one around Christmas time. Me personally, just my opinion, if you want to hurt these companies, yes, stop buying year in, year out. Go somewhere local. Find somewhere local. Matter of fact, invest your money. Invest your money in the downfall of the company. It was a situation that happened. It was with it wasn't with Walmart. It was with Planet Fitness a few months ago. And a situation occurred where an individual who was a certain gender, I'm not finna go into this whole spiel, but he was a male and he went into the female locker room and it became a big blowout on social media of the woman, feeling uncomfortable about him being there. He said he had a different pronoun and he represented himself as a different gender, so he was allowed to be there, and it became a big blowout over Planet Fitness to the point where people was canceling Planet Fitness subscriptions. Right? They wanted to get out of the subscription and the memberships, and then come to find out they couldn't just go in there and just say, hey, cancel my membership. They had to go on a website. They had to send in a letter and all this other crazy stuff. And the stocks, if you know, you know, it was a big thing on TikTok. Like, hey, one was like, you know what? Let's hurt Planet Fitness by doing a trade option on the stock going down and canceling out our memberships. It started affecting their bottom line. Guess what? People started getting bread off of the downfall of Planet Fitness, off the trade option. Hey, I'm just here to report what was going on. But if you want to hurt these companies, it's always hurting the investors. The investors are the key people that you have to hurt, and they just want to see money. If they don't see that money going up, it's an issue. And guess what? If you can just hold out and have self-control and don't go out here buying no TVs, no heavy electronics, get your bare essentials. Food, make sure you got clothes on your back, gas in your tank. That's it. That's all. Don't go out here buying no extra devices, spending thousands of dollars on Christmas, because all you're doing is helping the rich get richer because they bank on your impulse buying of thinking mentally that you're getting a sale for something that really you're not. Because at the end of the day, the product that you're buying probably only spend like $100, $200 just to make it. And you went out here and spent $1,000, $2,000 just to buy something. Whatever it is. If you want to hurt them, you got to hurt them where it actually matters. And honestly, the price of food right now, you shouldn't even be running out here buying no electronics. But that's just me. I'm cheap. I'm poor. I ain't got no bread. I'm on YouTube trying to get subscriptions and subscribers and watch time so I can start monetizing my content for 2025. That's what I'm on. I'm trying to pay my school debt. I was out here banking on Joe Biden to pay my student loan forgiveness. I got to get it out the mud now. It is what it is. Ain't nothing free. But Walmart has always been a company that, do they have shady practices? Yes. Do they have some crazy customers that do wild things? Yes, especially after hours. I remember I used to be out in Indiana, and you go to Walmart, you will see all of the strippers when they got off of work at Walmart, getting essentials for their houses and whatever the case may be. I'm just saying, if you want to hurt these companies, buying stop buying unnecessary things. Show some decorum, as they would say. Show some decorum, and if Walmart don't make a profit this holiday season, guess what? They gonna have to roll out themselves anyway, regardless. It ain't just for the holiday, because they literally are trying to get rid of their back stock of items. And if it's still there in the shelves and still there in the stores, guess what? They're going to sell it off even cheaper, because they're going to be in panic mode on trying to figure out why the heck did they lose out on so much money? Because they got to make a certain amount of money to please the stockholders and investors.
Investment, though, there's some big news in that Q4 report, and that is that Walmart is buying Vizio, the television manufacturer based out of Irvine, California. Now, they said the deal is going to be a $2.3 billion deal, and it's crazy. Walmart's paying cash. This is not a stock swap or anything. This is going to be a cash deal.
They dropped cash de Niro, boy.
To acquire Vizio. There's a few things that come to mind, some questions for me, but I think that there's a story in here that we need to be paying attention to. This is a big play. It's a big move. Now, the first thing I thought of when I heard this was just that, wow, Walmart's buying a manufacturer. And I just know with any type of acquisition, merger, et cetera, they're always fraught with challenges, and especially when you start buying businesses that are kind of outside your core competency. You think of Walmart, you don't think manufacturing. I think of Walmart, and I think of really stellar buyers, meaning they're really smart at what they buy. They merchandise really well. They know how to like grind down manufacturers, brands, et cetera, to get the lowest price possible. They force manufacturers and brands to really, really shave their margins thin to be on Walmart's shelves. The retailers, they've got I think well over 2,000 stores in the U.S. I mean, they are ubiquitous. They're everywhere, and they've gotten into every category. You can buy food, you can buy furniture, you can buy consumables, you can buy toys, sporting goods, etc., all at Walmart. So Walmart really kind of a...
Everything is designed. Everything that you read is designed. Anything that is...
Okay, because, yeah, he just going through that. I'm trying to see exactly what Vizio has under their umbrella outside of TVs also.
Organization. That's what I think of when I think of Walmart. And of course, with that, they're geniuses at logistics, they're good marketers, etc. When I think of Walmart, I do not think of manufacturers. And so the first thing that comes to mind, which is really a minor thread here, this is not the real story, but the first thing that comes to mind is, what is Walmart going to do with a manufacturing company? How are they going to handle that? I'm curious about that, but that's not really the relevant issue here. And I don't think that them acquiring a manufacturing company, one that designs and manufactures televisions, sound bars, and things that are media related, I don't think that that is necessarily kind of the big story, and it's not really that risky. They could just buy it and say, look, we just want to own certain aspects. This is I know for a fact, by the way, this is a very strategic move by Walmart. This is not just them trying to expand into other markets. A very strategic move. We're going to get to that in a second. But they could buy it and just tell the folks in Irvine, look, we don't want to mess with anything. You guys do your thing. We've got some systems that we can help put in place, et cetera, but we can do that over a long period of time. You do your thing. The reason that Walmart is acquiring Vizio is not because they want access to a television manufacturer. You see, Vizio, founded in 2002, as I mentioned before, I may have mentioned in Irvine, they wanted to be a premier television manufacturer. And over time, I think they realized that that was a game that they couldn't win easily. And they've, for years, tried to put out kind of leading tech, et cetera. And they've had some hits quite a while back. But at some point, they realized we really need to focus on cost. We can be a low-cost leader. So when you think of a Vizio television, you're not thinking of high tech. You're not thinking of premium quality. You're thinking of a very affordable, reasonable, decent product that you can buy at, you guessed it, Walmart. And Walmart sells Vizios like crazy. They've got a great relationship. So Vizio settled in as kind of a low price leader. Now, the thing with that, as I mentioned earlier, is you've got to have your margins as aggressive and as narrow and as disciplined as possible. There's no room for slop. If you're going to be a low price, low cost leader, you're going to sell through Walmart, you got to be really good with your margins. Quite frankly, you can't make money with low margin television sales. You just can't do it. There's too much competition out there. You've got too many great players.
That's what I'm thinking about. Because from what I'm seeing, Vizio only does TVs. That's it. That's all. And they does TV very well. And they also have what is called Smart TV or Smart Cast, which allows Androids and iPhones to cast over to the TV for the most part. So, and like I mentioned, Walmart sells Samsungs, Panasonics, TCLs. The number one competitor for Vizio would be TCL TVs at this point. So, if I was to try to undercut or put on the same level of TCL, because you get a lot of bang for your buck with TCL TVs, but again, that's a China product. That's not in the US. If I can put the TVs at that low standard, and then I can just, again, like Netflix, I can recoup or get my money back off of the advertisement and commercials on the TVs themselves, it kind of balances itself out in a sense. No. Do they do, oh, they do surround sounds also? Oh yeah, they do. So they got the sound bars, they got TVs. So they don't have nothing really outside of that. Like, I don't know, do they do like security cameras and something like that, of those type of things? It's just sound bars and TVs. Let me know.
They can charge a premium. It's just very difficult. And so if you're going to live on your margins, you're going to die. Well, what Vizio did, they created this streaming platform that comes with their televisions. Everybody knows what a smart TV is right now, but their SmartCast platform, it has about 18,000 members, meaning 18,000 people use the SmartCast platform. And essentially it gives you access to free television. You fire up a Vizio, it's got this operating system. It's the SmartCast. You've got access to your Netflix and Apple Plus and all this.
Oh, that's the play. There you go, right there. He just mentioned it. That's the play. SmartCast. I thought SmartCast was just broadcasting Apple and Samsung phones to the TV. It's actual TV streaming service. It's kind of like Peacock for Comcast. So they're gonna do live streaming, and that's where the ad revenue come in at. That goes back to my first saying about cable TV being obsolete, or cable services being obsolete, and people are now gravitating to the internet for their content. So now that I bought this TV company, and on top of that, I got a streaming service that I can add into the premium of Walmart. So not only are we giving you your groceries, your TV, your electronics, etc., we also have a TV service which we can roll on the ads and revenue to make profit, as well as providing a streaming service with our premium Walmart plan. Because remember, I told you self checkout is now going to be, is going to probably be, not now, but probably going to be a premium service. Just like the whole you drive up and we load your car with your groceries. They're adding TV service to it also. It's kind of like what Amazon Prime. They doing what Amazon Prime is doing, providing multiple services, as well as we deliver it to your house. content. You have a TV streaming services, which they could probably do deals for like NFL and the NBA to get their services over there too. That's another thing that's going on with the NBA. Everybody's in turmoil because we don't get all the shows or the games like we normally would, and they got Amazon Prime advertising the TV a game over here, and FanDuel is advertising a game over here you can watch, and Apple TV got a game over here you can watch. It's like everything is just combobulated and just confusing because cable services is obsolete. People aren't just sitting at home and watching TV on them like they normally would. They're on the go. And Walmart sees this and they trying to capitalize on it by buying out SmartCast TV services as well as owning the TV itself. Not a bad move. Not a bad move. He said Samsung does that too. They have free TV, mirror screen, which is phone to the TV, and the gaming hub. Now, yeah, I think I got a Crystal joint, and I synced the Xbox app on there. You can actually play Xbox and GeForce now on the Samsung TV. All you need is a controller. You don't even need the Xbox or a PlayStation or a console anymore. You just literally just have your TV and it's all in one embedded into the TV with the program. Internet and the TV and you good to go. Internet, TV, and the controller, you good to go. There you have it. All right. I'm going to leave that alone because that's pretty much done and over with. We didn't crack the code on that one. I wanted to talk about some this. Now I watched half of this already. I ain't gonna hold you, but because I was interested with this one. Look, they already got a Walmart ad already. Hold on, let me mute it real quick. But I was interested with this one because if you don't know, come on, like you're under a rock at this point. What I'm just gonna get the intro part of it, the logistics of it. But let me go about right here. Okay, so if you don't know Walmart, Lord have mercy, Windows is the dominant force when it comes to computers, just in general. The Windows and the OS, you can't turn on anything without having Windows-based operating system. Even with them buying out Linux, is all under the same umbrella. A lot of these computers run Linux in the background, and they give you the face of Walmart. Of Microsoft Windows. I can't get that mental out. Okay, so I remember back in like 2000 when Bill Gates, I call him Baby Thanos, aka Baby Thanos, was out here buying up every possible PC, Mac, computer that he could. Not Apple, but he was trying to buy up all of the PC market that he could. Dell, Hewlett Packard, whatever he could get, he was trying to buy them out. And they ended up doing a report saying it was a monopoly on the computer aspect, so they ended up stopping one of the deals. I don't know if it was the Apple deal itself, or I know they ended up getting Dell and a couple of other brands. So it was one particular brand they ended up stopping, and they was like, hey, this is a monopoly. FTC stepped in, stopped them from buying it, and we are where we are right now, where regardless of how we complain or how we argue and moan, people have their opinion about Microsoft. I'm pretty sure you have Microsoft in your house some way, somehow, operating system. If you ain't got the operating system, you got a computer. If you don't have one of their computers, you possibly have a laptop, and so forth, so on. Regardless if it's Linux or Windows, it's under Microsoft's umbrella, as well as you using their software, which they own a lot of IP software as well, like GitHub and a couple other brands. So um, this has been a dominant force past 2000, but I'm just gonna say the 2000s. Um, China has been in the works of making their own software since 2002. And this is another thing that goes into the tariff thing, and it ties into it because um, a lot of people, in their opinion, says that America has been bought out. We've been bought out for a very long time. We talking about going all the way back to the Kennedys, or I mean not Kennedys, but Ronald Reagan, the Clintons, the Bushes. As president, we've been bought out. We've been sold. We allowed our steel factories, our automotive manufacturing, clothes. We used to have hemp and bamboo. That was something that blew my mind when I was doing my research. When I was, heavily starting my clothing brand, um, I found out that hemp and bamboo was material we used to use inside of the walls of the houses to build homes. And we, for whatever reason, deterred from that. And it was very effective. Like houses, if you caught a fire in the homes and stuff like that, it was easily obtainable and easily controllable. I'm sorry, because of the material of bamboo and hemp. Well, for whatever reason, no one knows, but you know, for whatever reason, we went to different installation. We started using the fiberglass that's inside the walls now to these days, and come to find out, it was more harmful. It like, of course, house burns faster, things of that nature. We got to do extra insulin with it just to keep the house warm. Whereas hemp and bamboo was very stern and thick, that the house kept was efficient. It was held up efficiently due to hemp and bamboo. Uh, but we sold out to China and other countries, and we ended up receiving items from China and stuff like that to compensate us building or having it internally on the U.S. soil. Now, I'm not doing the whole politic, who the orange man, I'm calling the orange man. The orange man that's about to be in office and who's left or right. I'm not going to do that because this ain't that type of topic or that type of conversation. I'm just basing this content off of the history and what has happened to the United States from the resources that we have internally not being provided anymore because of certain politicians and the government selling our products to China so we can receive cheaper goods to sell at a higher price. I'll say that much. This is the reason why the iPhone, like I said before, is not assembled or made in the U.S. at all whatsoever. It's sold here, but it's manufactured in China for a cheaper and less price. Like I said, I can get it for $47 made, and then I can sell it to the consumer for over $1,000 something plus dollars. Ford, I mean, is it Ford? I think it was Ford. Dodge cars are not made in America. They are assembled, so which means that the products are shipped on the boats. They come here to the United States as parts and pieces, and then they connect them like Legos, and they sell it to us at a premium price. It just is what it is. You can take it for what you want. I'm not here to pass judgment. Right now, I'm not. I have, but I'm not doing it right now. Um, these type of things is what's affecting what's happening in the future now. It's because we're outsourcing so much, but we're not benefiting from outsourcing. Everybody else is benefiting from the U.S. massive consuming of products and goods, and we're not reaping the benefits, which lead us to where we at right now. I gotta, me personally, also I have a give and take with it. Like I see that part, and then I see the negative part about it too, because I was in Gary, Indiana, where the steel mills, and Chicago with the steel mills, and Detroit with the steel, and the automotive, and a lot of family members that worked in those plants back in the days, they wasn't in the best conditions. They ended up getting cancer and things of that nature, and they ended up dying because of the harsh fumes and stuff they intaked in their body. And you know, I'm not saying push your problems out to someone else, to the like, okay, like out of being the president, I say, hey, all of this harmful stuff that's going on right now at the time, we're not able to control it. How about we outsource and just bring it here and just assemble it, and we can still sell it? So that's why I can see both sides. Let them deal with the harmful chemicals and what's happening to the family members and the lawsuits that's going on. Let them deal with it. We just want to sell a product, a finished product. So I see both sides, good, bad, endeavor, both wrong. It's both wrong in its own situation, because why we have to manufacture something that's going to harm people? Why didn't we take the time to invest in clean energy and actually building up the ecosystem to the point where it would have been beneficial to keep it here? The list goes on and on. You can point blames on both sides, in my opinion. But now, due to the robots, which is another situation I want to bring up, my opinion, this is why I believe they're trying to bring back manufacturing jobs back to the U.S., is because we have robots, or we can implement robots to deal with the harmful situation and things that we human will possibly not be able to deal with. We can give it to the robots to handle, and now we can get the money internally. That's just my opinion. I have a little bit of proof on it. I'm gonna start doing more videos, because I can't wait to the beginning of the year with this union situation that's gonna happen with the ports, because they've been in a big pickle right now, in the sense of a lot of company, the way things are structured ain't how we think it is. A lot of people are manufacturing their products in Mexico, and then they're finna ship it to the United States, and that's gonna be a heavy competitor on both ends, because for example, it's a company called BOY, and I wish I can invest in them, but I can't, unfortunately. They're an overseas company, which is China. China is in cahoots or partnered with Mexico right now, and they are building manufacturing factories out there to build products, certain products, to ship to the United States for sale. That part, they're not using the U.S. ports anymore. So the Florida and California ports, they're slowly digressing their products from there, and they're using the alternative, which is Mexico, to not only manufacture it because they're so close to the United States, but also sell it to us as well, because they bought land in the United States, and they're building warehouses in the United States to handle this sale of product that's finna come here. You're finna see a Tesla competitor. You're finna see a Ford competitor. All these electric EVs are U.S. made, are finna be obsolete. Dodge is already going through turmoil. The CFO just quit, and regardless of all these Hellcats that's out here, they are not turning a profit at all. Like, they are about to go belly up. The automotive industry is about to go belly up, and China have these vehicles that's finna blow the socks off, you know what I'm saying, in the United States, and it's coming from Mexico. So they found a way to alternatively sell to America without having to deal with the ports. So I want to see what's happening at the beginning of the year with this whole situation. That's my theory. I have my little videos that can prove that, but it's my theory. That's mine. It's my opinion. But also, so back to this situation. China decides to make their own OS system, and it's now. They did this back in 2002. They've been working on it since then. This is one of the issues that I have with the United States because we send our patents and our we send our patents so they can make these products to China. China takes that information and they start building alternatives to compete with the product that they're making for the United States. Ta-da, because guess what? Rules and regulations and our patents do not work out in China like it does in the United States. I remember it's a small case, but the whole Supreme situation, the Supreme clothing line was doing so well, California-based brand, and it was blowing up. Everybody was loving Supreme, and in China there was a fake Supreme, like a bootleg Supreme, that started getting notoriety and recognition out there. They almost got a deal with a big time company, and it wasn't the real Supreme. It was the China version of Supreme that was about to get this deal, and they was only stealing from the Supreme in the United States. What's good, Big Money? Please hit the like button for my little bro. Keep doing your thing, fam. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Big Money. So yeah, that's one of the big issues where you're seeing people. I got over shout out to everybody, 200 people in here, man. Thank y'all for being here, rocking out with your boy. Make sure y'all hit that follow button, subscribe, like if you're on YouTube, cause I'm on Twitch also. X. So now we have them where, like I said, they take these products, they get the patent, they manufacture the product, but they also on the other side, they plagiarism. They stealing. They taking the ideas, they seeing how it operates and it works, and they implementing it into their own situation. And case in point is this. This is where I get my idea of what they're
by
doing
Huawei
right now.
for Internet of
So check
Things
this
or
out.
IoT devices is now set to challenge traditional PC operating systems, showcasing the company's ambition to create a comprehensive and independent ecosystem. The origins of Harmony OS can be traced back to Huawei's efforts to diversify its software ecosystem in response to ongoing trade restrictions. Initially designed for IoT devices, the operating system has evolved into a versatile platform capable of powering a wide range of devices, from smartphones to smart home appliances, and now PCs. This expansion into the PC market represents a crucial step in Huawei's vision of creating a seamlessly connected ecosystem of devices, offering users a unified experience across multiple platforms.
Harmony's origins date back to 2012, when Huawei founder Ren Zhengfei and a small team of executives held a closed-door meeting to brainstorm ideas on reducing its dependency on Android. They feared such a heavy reliance would leave the company vulnerable if it were to face a US ban.
Huawei's
So, just a little briefing. They already knew about the ban. They knew about the tariffs. They knew about the situation that was going on. You got to think about what happened in the past, which prepared them to get ready for the future. 2012, tariff ban. The ban that was coming on with Trump and the orange. I had his name. The Orange Man. He was already talking about doing tariffs, and they was doing the ban situation. And you remember what happened? Androids started. We started having issues with the Android deal, and then on top of that, chip shortage came. Remember, we had a land full of cars and microwaves and all these heavy hardware devices that could not be produced and manufactured because we had a massive chip shortage. This all came in effect and had them started scrambling to make their own. And on top of that, Android, which is a weird product. Like, you can get a government phone with Android on it. Like, they put that, like, what's that hot sauce, that red hot? We put that shit on anything. Android is just everywhere. It doesn't matter. They don't care. Cheap, new, expensive, whatever product it is, you got Android. But they like, you know what? We finna separate ourselves due to the operating system. And then they start, and Huawei, I know everybody is hyped over this foldable phone that they showed. And they like, oh, Apple need to step their game up, and they getting left in the wind. Apple is done. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Apple is done. Apple have not been innovative at all since Steve Jobs' passing. Tim Cook has did the bare minimum to involve the Apple products, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. We still got the island. We dealing with the same design iPhone for like the past 3, maybe 4 years. We still got the island dock on the iOS. Apple Intelligence released. It didn't release on day one. It had to be updated or in beta. I've never seen Steve Jobs do a beta. Like, he's done betas like for people to test it out, but when it released, it was a finished product. It was a finished OS. Did it have updates? Absolutely. But to the way that they're rolling out with the iPhone now is ridiculous. This is like a slap in the face, honestly. I didn't even upgrade my phone because I was like, it ain't even no point of upgrading. Now it is, though, because Final Cut Pro, whole nother conversation. Bro, if you want to make movies, all you need is 2 iPhones, maybe 1, and Final Cut Pro. But neither here nor there with that M4 chip. Crazy. But, again, not a lot of innovation. Whereas you see this company come out, I'm sorry, it looks like Apple. They got an ecosystem like Apple, but it's way more efficient, it's way more evolved, and it blows Apple out the product out the water from the ecosystem standpoint. Now, don't get me wrong, because like right now, I'm using my iPhone as a camera. I got, Mac Mini here, efficient, fire, on point. 10 out of 10, I recommend. One of the best products you can get right now if you're on the market for a piece, a Mac Mini for affordable price, $600-something. Stream games, does everything efficient, fast, on point. Yes, you can get the base Mac Mini and it's efficient. All I'm saying is, when it comes to the ecosystem, everything doesn't work like it's supposed to. I'm being honest with you. As a Apple user, I've been here since day 0 with Apple. I took my Subway checks and went and bought me an Apple device day 0 at AT&T, and been here ever since. I got bro. Hold on. Just bear with me. When I say I'm here, I got a landmine, I got a landfill of Apple products. Landfill of Apple products. These are just the phones. These isn't the tablets I got walking around this house. The speakers. I did the whole ecosystem with Logic to do the security system, so I can do Apple TVs in the rooms. I got speakers in every room, so I can use them as intercoms. Heavy iPhone user. Been here for just because of the ecosystem, but it's not consistent. I'm just gonna be honest. It's not consistent. I can use a device sometimes and it won't sync through. I can AirDrop sometimes, it won't come through. The camera frees up, and I've done all of the updates. Don't come to me talking about, oh, did you? I've done them all. And it's times where it doesn't work like it's supposed to. I'm just gonna be honest. But the thing is, Apple doesn't have a competitor that has an ecosystem as heavy as Apple has it. From the CarPlay to the speakers to the security system, with Apple TV and the subscription services, the watches, they don't have a competitor. Microsoft is trying to get back into it. I still think, in my opinion, they're going to announce a cell phone. They just actually introduced their version of a Mac Mini PC for Windows. And I think they're going to go back to trying to build that ecosystem later on down the line, because they did have a phone called the Windows Continental, and it was like a PC/phone hybrid. It had a docking station. You can use it as a workstation. It had Microsoft Office, all that into it, rolled in one, and it was a cell phone. It didn't sell well, went obsolete. I think they about to roll back and try to reinvent themselves and bring it back, because Satya Nadella actually said that he regret not evolving the mobile aspect and canning that, because it wasn't profitable at the time. But the problem was everybody was stuck on Android and iOS, and they didn't evolve their app store. They didn't have an app store for Microsoft. So, off on a tangent, whatever. This company has come in now and bringing everything that Apple does times 10. They got the watch, they got the phone, they got the tablets. They innovated the phones. They actually have security cameras. They actually have security doors systems. They have the car system. All of this is rolling out in one, and from what you've seen, it works efficient and it is on par as to Windows. So it's not it looks like the Windows system in UI, but it's efficient in all parts of what we're expecting and looking for an ecosystem, for someone to transition like myself away from Apple, who haven't evolved accordingly like I want them to.
Vision to move away from Windows reliance is driven by several factors, chief among them being the company's desire for greater technological independence. In recent years, Huawei has faced significant challenges, including trade restrictions that have limited its access to certain technologies. By developing and implementing its own operating system, Huawei aims to reduce its dependence on foreign software and create a more self-sufficient ecosystem. This strategy aligns with China's broader goals of technological self-reliance and could potentially inspire other Chinese tech companies to follow suit.
And that ban came to fruition in May 2019.
Hey, yo, hold on, go back
Logical self-reliance and could potentially inspire other Chinese tech companies to follow suit.
Hey man, say man, dude. You see what they talk about in the sense of the tariffs and that situation that came up. Let's be honest. We're in the U.S. You in the United States. You're getting played. You're getting played. It just is what it is. Canada. They just said Canada and the Orange Man right here had a meeting, and he said, "Hey, your tariff increase is going to kill our bottom line in Canada. Like it's going to." If you haven't known or don't know, Canada right now currently is like the people are on a massive strike in Canada where they're not paying their mortgages, their car notes. They not paying. They not doing nothing. They skip skip paying our mortgages, our car notes, taxes, whatever. We not doing nothing because we can't afford anything. We can't afford our lifestyle, to the point where people are either moving out of Canada or they relocating to the other areas in Canada because it's so expensive there. So I say that to say this. Trump said to the man, if you can't He said, if you can't run or be efficient, you might as well become the 51st state of the United States, and you can just be the governor of Canada. That's what they said he said to the man at a dinner. I don't know if it's true or not, but it sounds on par with what he's been saying on these interviews since he said he was doing an increase on Mexico and Canada for the tariffs in China, which was funny, which was just too crazy. But you got to understand, the United States is the #1 consumer of goods. Like, we buy on a boatload. Like, it's so bad that we don't even, like, for example, I'm taking something small like NBA 2K and Madden. They release every year, and we go out and buy it in droves as if we got something brand new every year. They release a cell phone. I think Tim Cook and Apple is about to stop doing it. They used to release a phone every year. We will receive an Apple device every year. If it ain't the MacBook Pro, it's the desktops. If it isn't the desktop, it's an iPad. If it wasn't the iPad, it was a watch in the phone. Every year, consistently, year in, year out, they release a product and sell it for $5,000 to $1,000+. We had people running out here during the pandemic buying PlayStations for $1,000, spending $1,000 on a PlayStation. That same PlayStation they spent $1,000 on, I might add, 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years later, they done ran out here and bought a Pro for $700. And they ain't even including all the bells and whistles. We are the #1 consumers of goods and services, point blank and period. So how in the world we are the #1 consumer of goods and services, and we don't benefit from the products that we're buying? Majority of the money goes outwards to other countries. Iran, China, Taiwan, Russia, etc. The list goes on. Dubai, I just seen the crooked Dubai did in Chicago. It ain't even crooked. Let me rephrase that. The finesse that Dubai did in Chicago, because we was up for sale. Mayor Daley, if you know who Mayor Daley is, shout out to you. You're a real Chicagoan. Chicago very own Mayor Daley made a deal with Dubai when he was mayor. So this is very, very long ago. We done went through a couple people since Mayor Daley was in office. This is one of the reasons why I say the America is sold. Like, we sold out. It just is what it is. Mayor Daley sold to Dubai our parking system, our toll roads. So, hear me out. When you are in Chicago, and let's just say you go to the parking viaducts and park there, or you get a parking violation for being on the side of the road with one of them signs that say, hey, you don't supposed to park here at these particular hours of 5 and 7. I'm just throwing a number out there. And you end up getting a ticket. And you pay that said ticket. On that ticket, it says the city of Chicago, blah, 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 toll roads. You go past and pay the tolls, or you grabbing those little blue bikes that we have around the road to get to point A to point B. All of these services, all of them. It says the city of Chicago, blah, 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 blah. All of that money is going to Dubai. You can look it up. It blew my mind when I saw it. I looked at it. And the deal is from like 2030, some crazy number like that. That says that the money receive from those tow services, from the bike services, from the tickets, parking ticket violations, all of that money, even though it says the city of Chicago at the bottom of it, that money is transferred over to Dubai. And you wonder why Dubai was able to build that magnificent theme park of a buildings that they have out there, is because the money from the money from the Chicagoans, from the people of Chicago, is being sent out there. This is just a small magnitude of the stuff that's going on. We're not even getting into them buying up land, buying up certain businesses and real estate and manufacturing companies like Tyson's Foods is owned by China now. And they are literally sucking the soul pause out of the American economy and making profit gain off of it. That was one of the reasons why when they was doing the mask and the glove mandate during the pandemic and everybody was in a frantic because it was a small amount and we wasn't able to get them off of the trucks from China, it cost them like 40-some cents to make gloves in China. Whereas in America, them same gloves was like $4-5 to make. But we were so heavily dependent on outsourcing that when it came to the issue internally, we couldn't do anything to make a profit. Because people were like, what? You think I'm finna pay $5 for some plastic gloves, blue gloves, when we was getting them about a box, about 40 cents? Is you dumb? He says, so none of that money goes to the big money. When I say none of that money goes to the city, since Mayor Daley, go look it up. Look it up, bro. If I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. But what I seen, due to the contract, all of that money goes straight to Dubai since Mayor Daley was in office. That's what it says. And even though it says the city of Chicago on there, we don't get none of that money. And people wonder why we are at it was like $1 billion deficit going into 2025. America is sold out. America's been sold out for a very long time, and it's finally, what they say, what the great Malcolm X say, the chickens are coming home to roost. No disrespect, but the chicken is coming home to roost. It's a reality check. America has been sold out for a very long time. People just ain't been privy to it. That's crazy. I don't know that. Hey, I didn't either until it came across my desk, and I had to look, and I'm like, what? So you telling me anytime I ran past the toll, my money ain't even coming to the United States. To Chicago. Regardless if I didn't agree with the ticket or not, it's even worse. The money getting sent somewhere else, somewhere I don't even live. So I don't even benefit off the money. Nobody benefits off of it. But this is another reason why y'all see the mayor fighting tooth and nail for the immigrant situation, because he needs the money that's coming in from the government before that situation. But I digress. I'm not going to talk about that no more.
That ban came to fruition in May 2019 after the U.S. cut off Huawei from American-controlled technology. New Huawei devices sold outside China lost access to Google services on the official version of Android. Google services on Android devices had long been unavailable in China.
Sometimes it can feel like there's no way out of treatment-resistant depression. You take one antidepressant.
But that was an interesting one right there, because what they saying is pretty much when he did that terror situation in Huawei, I forgot what Huawei did. Huawei did something. I don't know if it was a data breach. I got to look it up and check exactly. But I remember something happened with Huawei. Either it was a data breach or something of that nature. And they had to depart from Android. This is what gave them the fuel and the fire to say, hey, we finna come out with our own operating system, so this can never happen to us again, because Android was a partnership with the United States, and all of a sudden it became obsolete. And you got to understand also, around that time, China is heavily advanced over us when it comes with the technology. I'm sorry, it just is what it is. These people are in the future. If you ever want to see what the United States are going to become, look into China. They've already been doing face scans. They have, you can buy groceries with your hand, your palm, your face recognition, so you can buy groceries that way, your cell phone. They was already doing the ID on your cell phone before us. They have it also where if you got speeding tickets and violations, they put your ID on a billboard on the expressway. They know what car you driving. Long story short, you walk around, they know where you at, how you moving, and what you doing at all times in China. America is going into that same route, that same avenue. We passed a bill a couple years back where, if just a FYI for all my guys out there or ladies that, you know what I'm saying, end up getting caught cheating or things of that nature with your spouse, if they go through your phone, that's actually a crime. That's actually a crime. If they go through your phone illegally without your consent, that's an actual crime. They steal your phone, it is a crime, and you're liable to go to jail for stealing their phone. Due to the fact of so much personal information are in these phones now, they passed a law that allows this. So just a FYI, you know, when you trying to be sneaky and go through your partner's phone without his consent, you're probably held liable to get sued, but definitely you're breaking the law. You still one of these. You're breaking the law because, hey, bro, you can put you got your ID on here now, credit card information. People have stored their social security numbers. Your whole identity is in your phone now. So they passed a law to prevent people from stealing people's identity via their phones. So, but all of that came from China because China had already had this system implemented and was using it. Like, it just is what it is. What time is it? Oh, snap. I got to get up out of here. But, dang. Oh, man. Shout out to everybody that's in here, man. 357. Dang. Shout out to y'all, man. We're going to do a part 2 of this because I didn't know I was going to take that long with the Walmart deal. I had a lot to say about that. And I'm going to finish up with this China one. And, I'll do a quick one real quick. The application I was using yesterday to make your computer, your laptop or your iPad into like a streaming studio, it's called Camo Studios. You can actually download the app on your phone. This is what they call that, a non-paid advertisement. I just love what they presented yesterday when I was tinkering around with it. I did my little YouTube research. I found it, downloaded it, and it worked smooth. I like what they got, so I don't have no promotion or nothing like that. It's just a person that used it, and I enjoyed what I used or witnessed or experienced. You can download the camera app on your phone, and it make your phone into an actual camera. So I'm going to get like a little tripod and pop that up, and I can live stream from work like I was doing yesterday from my iPad, which was dope. And you can get notifications. What else could you do? You can do multiple camera angles. You can hook up a external microphone. It's a dope product, and it was free. Like, you didn't have to pay for it. So I was gonna start using that for my iPad. I found the purpose for it. I seen some new things with Final Cut Pro also that I'm gonna check out, but that's neither here nor there. Definitely check it out if you're trying to make content and you're not able to be at home all the time. Like me, I work crazy hours. I've been working like over 100 hours a week. No exaggeration, like over 100 hours a week. I think the lowest I had was 80 a week. I've been doing that since June or July. So I haven't been had enough time to sit in front of the computer like I have today and make content. No excuses. It's just my life being hectic. So I found the alternative. I'm going to start using it more. I've ordered some things that I need. Like, I'm going to order a little tripod. I'm getting another microphone. And I wanted to, what else I want to do? Apple Pencil, another Apple Pencil. And I probably get the M4 because of Final Cut. From what I've seen with Final Cut Final Cut Pro, I can't talk. For what I've seen with Final Cut Pro, with the M4 chip, we talking about movie production level quality of editing and recording going on right now. So I'm gonna look into that. I want to do like some outdoor like interviews and stuff like that. Long story short, I got some massive plans for 2025 outside of just gaming. I want to get into this, robots, politics as much as I can, and we're going to see where it go from there. Hopefully this video don't get strike down. Oh, quick, give credit to the person who made this original video. There you go. Make sure y'all subscribe, support them, because, I don't want to feel like I'm still in their content. And hopefully this video don't get flagged. I'm finna head out and go to work. One love, God bless. I'll be getting my intros back, my Kendrick Lamar intro and all that stuff that I used to have. Website is starting back up. I ain't gonna give a date yet, but we're gonna be doing a membership program for alumni status. Certain amount of users. I'm crunching the numbers on that. And I also have Leaf Caviar brand website getting back up and running also for 2025. Make sure y'all look out for that. We are actually working on an alternative, more healthier way to enjoy your lease. Wink, wink. For recreational uses, daily usage. This your boy 00, one love, God bless. Y'all be smooth out there, be safe. Peace.